32 boys and girls have come back to school early to prepare for one of the busiest times of their young lives, the week leading up to Easter, Holy Week. But these are no ordinary children. They are Salisbury Cathedral choristers, inheritors of one of Britain's oldest cultural traditions. This is the story of the chorister over the past 900 years up to the present day. The most musically gifted children singing day in, day out the most sublime music in the most beautiful buildings.
A chorister is someone who sings in a cathedral for their job, but they're child singers. They sing normally just every day. Normally it's a boarding school where they go, and they sing in the cathedral, and that's their job.
All right then, had a nice break? How many of you have not sung a note for about 2 weeks? Hands up. Good, well that's encouraging. Splendid.
Salisbury Cathedral has 2 separate choirs of 8 to 13-year-olds. The boy choristers have sung at Salisbury for some 900 years, making them members of one of England's oldest choirs. The girls' choir is equally historic. It was founded in 1991, Salisbury being the first cathedral to grant girl choristers full equality, with identical duties and funding to the boys.
What's the mood of today? The mood? It is rejoicing, isn't it? Isn't this a really good day? Because Jesus rode into Jerusalem in absolute triumph. So you don't need to walk around with a miserable look on your face today. You can think of nice things like, oh, I don't know, Manchester City beating Manchester United. And Salisbury City winning yesterday. Was that right, Basti? Did they win? Salisbury, you told me they did. Excellent.
When I sing in the cathedral, it's just thrilling to just hear the sound echo after you've finished a piece or maybe a verse of a psalm. The building is amazing, and working in it every day is just a really big bonus.
Singing for choristers is kind of part of them. They've grown up with it usually. And if you just said you're not allowed to sing anymore, it's just, it would be like saying kind of, it would be like saying to a parent you're not allowed to see your child again. Because, I mean, it's just part of you. You've grown so used to it that if you were never allowed to do it again, it would just be awful.
The Salisbury choristers must work for the privilege of their subsidised private education. Salisbury Cathedral School, housed in the old Bishop's Palace, is a co-educational prep school with 200 pupils. But for Holy Week, the choristers have the place to themselves.
We definitely do a lot. We, of course, singing in the choir is the most prominent part of our lives, but we have to link in everything else, kind of our social life, our academic work, our own instrumental work, and that does get very, very busy at times. We don't really think of it as a negative thing, it's just something that happens from doing so much.
Potential choristers are typically auditioned for the choir at the tender age of 7 or 8.
I'm Helena.
Okay.
Now then, what are you going to sing for me?
I'm going to sing the first verse of Away in a Manger.
Thank you. OK? 1, 2. These are very small human beings, but what I look for on that first occasion is, apart from a good musical ear, I just like that little bit of spark. Some of our best choristers have been the ones who've been untrained when they've come to us.
When I came for my voice trial, I was only 7 and I was really quite nervous.
That's a bit high, isn't it?
And there was this big scary man sitting at the piano who I didn't know at all.
Right. Are you ready?
I had to board because I actually live in London.
That's a funny one, wasn't it?
The reason we chose here, partly, was that you can't go to any of the big cathedrals in London to be a chorister for your girl. And also, this is a really good girls' choir, so I didn't really want to go anywhere else.
Wearing a cloak is warm in the winter, and if someone in the winter throws snowball at you while you're wearing the cloak, it just bounces off.
Here's Noah, here's Luke.
I have heard people saying, "Oh, look, you look like Harry Potter." I just really ignore it. I quite like Harry Potter.
Sometimes children think we're sort of weird, and actually we're not. If they did it, they'd think differently about us and what we do, and maybe they wouldn't sort of laugh at us when we walk around in our cassocks and look serious.
Don't fall, Freddie, don't fall. Jump. I did it to Nico because he was running really quickly, yeah? And I was catching him up and I just got his leg and he fell over and did like a flip head over his.
One of you can have a spectacular fall.
Not all the choristers board, but during Holy Week it's obligatory as there are so many important Easter services to prepare.
That's me.
You're sleeping there. Alex is there.
No, I'm here. No, Peter's there.
No, Peter's there. Peter's there and Alex Tan's down there.
It's fun, but I sometimes get a bit homesick, which is really annoying. And it's quite weird because I live right around the corner, so it's really odd.
Get changed, have a shower, and then go to bed. No, we're not going to bed.
No, we're going outside.
Oh, yeah, we're going outside.
Outside,
Well, yeah, then
or
we're-
watch TV. Or watch TV.
We have lots of choices what to do.